Welcome back, fans, to men's NJCAA baseball coverage here at Louisburg College. Two in a row for Simon Martone, the starting pitcher for game one of a doubleheader. First batter was Braden Sloan, followed by Lex Westcott, both down on strikeouts. Up now, shortstop John Mallow. First pitch fouled off. Drop third strikes, make it 3 up, 3 down for Simon Martone and Louisburg Hurricanes. Hurricanes baseball. Brought to you live on the Louisburg Sports Network. Live coverage from behind the backstop via YouTube with Angel Moreno and Jack Merrill in the booth next to me. I'm Bill Martone. A beautiful afternoon on the last day of February with temperatures expected to be in the mid-60s. As you just saw it right there, Simon Martone getting the start, toeing the slab for his third appearance of the season. And the Potomac State Catamounts come up 1-2-3 and go down in the same order. The matchup for today, Region 20 versus Region 10. Two historic JUCO teams. Sophomore versus sophomore. Evan Jenkins versus Simon Martone. And Martone clearly showing that the numbers from last weekend in Martinsville don't hold up. Have him far better than what you see on your screen. But Evan Jenkins is nothing to bat an eye at. He's someone to keep an eye on. with a 1-0 win-loss and 2.25 ERA, under a 1-0 whip, and he's throwing roughly 1 ball, 1 walk for every 3. Paul Reesfile and Jace Dunn, Connor Wright, Peyton Shipman, and Graham Wyke for today's batting order. First pitch, ground.
Now batting number 23, Reesfile.
All right, Reese, here we go, kid.
Reesfile step. Bring bit of a cutter that sails through the opposite batter's box. Fastball in the outer half brings the count even with 1 out. If you're just joining us, you missed the opening sequence from starting pitcher sophomore Simon Martone taking down the Potomac State Catamounts in order 1, 2, 3. And a moment ago, Brady Paul led off with a first pitch ground ball to second base. Back in the box right now, Reesfile. Ground ball, left side, third base, 2 outs. Defense for the Potomac State College Catamounts from left to right, across the infield. Westcott, Mallow, Drennan, and Blue. And catching for Jenkins, the starting. Third batter now, Jace Dunn. Bit of a cutter, swing and a miss. 0-2 count with 2 outs, nobody on. And the same pitch from Jenkins. Quite a bit to the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Behind the plate umpiring today is Joey Worley. And on the infield making the calls, Kelly Culp. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. And the breaking ball fouled off close to the first base. Callan Miller behind the dish for the Catamounts. Evan Jenkins, the starting pitcher, toeing the slab, coming in from Kaiser, West Virginia. My apologies to the Catamounts fans tuning in. And Evans with a hard cutter on the outside, trying to get Jace Dunn to chase. The 3-2 full count, payoff, grounded to the left side. Third baseman touches it with his glove, and it gets past the left side of the infield for a base hit. Jace Dunn stays alive with 2 outs. Have to get our cameras set up here correctly. Connor Wright now steps in, batting .417. And the first offering. Fastball called strike. Evans appears to be favoring a cutter, if not a breaking ball that's dropping out and running horizontally away from the right-handed batters. Out and a runner on first. And he just grabs the front outside corner. Evan Jenkins, 6'1", sophomore, out of Kaiser, West Virginia, and Kaiser High School. Ground ball down the left side, out of play. Two. Not in time, says field umpire Kelly Culp. And Jace Dunn believes to have picked up his first stolen base of the season. Very good jump on Evans. Big breaking ball. Fills up the count with 2 outs on a runner on second. Connor Wright. Looking for this RBI opportunity to strike first. We're in the bottom of the first inning at Louisburg College, Frazier Field. The payoff pitch. And Connor Wright able to work a walk. Yep, cameras are a little out of sync. Apologies. Peyton Shipman stepping in, batting .280 with a home run and 6 RBIs. .455 on base percentage for the 4-2 transfer. First and second with 2 outs for Peyton Shipman. Might be the best pitch he's going to. The starting pitcher, Evan Jenkins. The 0-1. Low and away. The 1-1. Top outside corner of the strike zone, says Joey Worley. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. First and second with 2 outs. The Hurricanes looking to strike with a 2-out rally. Jace Dunn singled on the left side. Connor Wright worked the walk. And the 1-2 is hooked foul out of play down the left field line and out of the stadium. About 86 people across the opposite batter's box to double up the count. 2-2 with 2 out and 2 on. Deuces wild. As Shipman, transfer from Delaware University, playing right field today. Looks at the off-speed breaking ball from Jenkins that drops down and out of the strike zone. And another full count with 2 outs and 2 on. The payoff pitch from Jenkins. A big hanging breaking ball that Peyton of it, tongue twister, down the left field line in foul territory. The payoff pitch just misses on the outside as Jenkins fills up the bases. So Connor Wright and Peyton Shipman back-to-back walks. Bungle, a hard hit ground ball to the left side, hit off the glove of Lex Westcott, and then ricocheted past John Mallow, the shortstop, into left field. Nope, that's not the right one. There we go. Troy Daniels looks at a first pitch, called strike. Third baseman for today with an RBI. He's looking to get something going for his sophomore season. And Jenkins really favoring that breaking ball that comes in and just ditches away from the batter. A bit of a cutter. If I am mistaken, let me know. Plenty of you out there. We're closing in on 80 patrons. The 1-1. Hard hit on the left side. Westcott over to Blue. Three left on as the Hurricanes get to number 6 in their order. And coming up at the bottom of the second will be Gavin Baucom, Clip Almedo, and Graham White. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. Pictures between innings, courtesy of Jeffrey Tillett, 2000 graduate of Louisburg College, photographer, videographer, aerial drone footage. And you're watching Louisburg Sports Network and Hurricanes baseball. Back on the bump for the second inning, sophomore Simon Martone had 3 shutout innings in his first appearance. Bit of a stumble last weekend at Martinsville, but so far that looked pretty electric in the first inning as the Catamounts went up and down 1, 2, 3. Pitch from Martone to Ryan Conrad, the designated hitter, a called strike. The 0-1 just on the inside and manages to nip Conrad. Martone does seem to like to work very close to the batter, working a cutter that starts in and comes back, and sometimes that horizontal run just isn't enough to get away from the runner. I'm sorry, the batter. Runner on first, no out. Called strike. The 0-1. A lot of horizontal run from Simon Martone this afternoon. Totally different pitcher than what we saw last week in Martinsville. More indicative of what we saw in the fall. And then again in his first outing coming out of the bullpen behind Henry Good. The 0-2 about to be delivered. Cuffed him on the left side. Troy Daniels almost in foul territory, makes the throw. And Jace Dunn unable to hold on to it as he makes the tag on the runner. And that'll probably be an infield ground ball base hit for Peyton Blue. But what a by Troy Daniels to get the throw over to Jace Dunn in time. If Dunn was probably able to squeeze that ball a touch more, the call would have went in favor of the Hurricanes. But first and third as it is now with no outs in the top of the second inning. Number 31, Jackson Drennan, the second baseman for the Catamounts. Catamounts out of Kaiser, West Virginia. pass ball, and the runner goes. And Martone puts the tag down right at the plate. Saves himself a run being scored. Well executed. One of the keys to the game. Got to throw and hit strikes all day long, attack the zone both as a pitcher and a batter, and as well attacking that count and execution right there. Hard hit on the right side. Going back is Peyton Shipman. He gets to the fence and watches that one go over the fence for a 2-run homer by Jackson Drennan. Quality at bat for Jackson Drennan. That ball was another cutter that was dipping away, and he ran after it. 1 out, nobody on now. Seth Healy is stepping in, the right fielder. Drennan, a freshman. Elkins, West Virginia, and the first pitch to Seth Healy fouled off on the left side. Level, given they respond and react, how they come back. Ground ball, left side, shortstop Reese File, guns it, and scoop. And I apologize, I did not switch the camera in time, but Jace Dunn came up with it. A beautiful 6-3 play as Reese and Jace Dunn digs it out for the second out. Callan Miller now the catcher. 2 outs, nobody on. Martone just misses a little bit low and inside. 2 runs scored on a 2-run homer by Jackson Drennan a moment ago. If you're just joining us, and that one laced into right center field will make its way to the warning track. Brady Paul picks it up and gets it in. The throw not in time as the cutoff is allowed to go through by Graham White. Some quality at-bats by the Catamounts. Not what we saw in the first 3 batters of Sloan, Westcott, and Mallow, who all went down on strikeouts. Two outs, bottom of the order, Braden Harris, the left fielder, and a left-handed batter. Martone looking to get back on the strikeout train. And he yanks that one a little bit inside on the lefty Harris. Started off the inning with a hit by pitch on Ryan Conrad, the DH, which eventually became an out at home plate. The 1-0. And again, looks like a little bit of nerves right now with 2 runs being scored. Kind of a twitchy release. Just got to find that rhythm from the first inning. 2-0 count with 2 outs and a runner on second. And Martone comes back, poised, collected, and a called strike by Joey Worley. The 2-1, just a bit outside. Coaching staff for the Catamounts, Doug Little, head coach, with Don Schaefer as an assistant, Jamison Jones and Brian Bruce, second and third assistants. Braden Harris at the plate now with a 3-1 count and 2 outs. Martone loses him to a walk. A little bit of adrenaline must be flowing right now after giving up the 2-run home run. But a spectacular tag at the plate as a pass ball from Almeida comes back to Martone, who puts the glove down right in front of the dish to get the force and tag at home plate. Sorry, the tag out at home plate. First and second, 2 outs. Top of the order. Braden Sloan struck out. He's the center fielder for today. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Inside, cuffed him, slow roller to Daniels. Gets it across. 2 left on after 2 score in the top of the second. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Due up for the Hurricanes, Baucom, Almeida, and Wyke. Catamounts managed to put 2 on the board with a 2-run homer in the top of the second inning in the middle of the order. Right now, though, the Hurricanes are going to look to bounce back with a little bit of a deficit rally if they can. Let's see if we can get our cameras squared away. I don't know if this is doable or not. Keeps wanting to show us the pitcher first. Oh, there we go. Gavin Baucom starts off his first at-bat with a called strike in the 7th spot, batting .217 with a home run. Foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Callan Miller, and a quick deficit for Gavin Baucom to start off the second inning with an 0-2 count. Jenkins steps off, shake. About 80 people watching. Would love to hear where you're coming to us from this afternoon. And a breaking ball that Jenkins just can't get any love from Joey Worley behind the plate on. We saw him throwing that considerably to the first 6 batters in the bottom of the first inning. And the 1-2 fouled off. Some Canes fans down in Florida, thanks for joining us. Always love hearing from our viewing population, jumping up to 100 now. And the off-speed breaking ball misses the zone and pops away from Callan Miller. It's kind of interesting observation with the modern pitching of spin rates. That is such a focus of many young pitcher, but difficult for the catchers. The 2-2 fills up the count now on the leadoff batter. No, still can't get there. There it is. The full count pitch. Low and inside. And Balcom starts off the inning with a walk. That is the third of the game for Evan Jenkins. So Jenkins not yet able to put a strikeout in the book against the Hurricanes. 3 groundouts. Take that back, 4 groundouts in the bottom of the first inning. Yep, keeps going back to the pitcher. Sorry, everybody. And of course, get our production truck folks on the game here. Cliff Almedo batting 400, and he laces that one into left center field, and he clears the fence. Almedo gets all of that one and sends it into the parking lot at Frazier Field for a 2-run home run by the catcher. Tie game in the second inning. Almedo and the Hurricanes answer back with a home run of their own. Second hit against Jenkins. And 3 walks, no Ks. Graham Wyke swings and whiffs at a cutter on the outside. No. White batting .536 in the 9th hole. Kind of like a second top of the order with that kind of batting average. Check swing on a called strike. And the And again, there's that breaking ball that Jenkins tends to throw as the majority of his offerings. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. 2 runs have scored. If you just missed it, a 2-run homer from Cliff Almedo. Answered back to the same from the Catamounts. And the called strike punches him out. Graham White goes down looking uncharacteristically. So the first strikeout for the starter. Martone, as the starter for the Hurricanes, put up 3 Ks in the first inning. Brady Paul now steps back in for the second time today. Inside, pass ball. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the second inning here at Frazier Field, Louisburg College, Louisburg, North Carolina, as the Hurricanes take on the Catamounts in game 1 of a 3-game weekend set. Brady Paul works a walk out of Jenkins with 1 out as Reese File steps in for his second trip. .421, yet to hit a homer, but I'm sure he will. Rhyme. And Brady Paul, tough one to catch on the steal. So a walk on a stolen base for the fourth batter. Gavin Baucom started the inning with a walk, followed by a two-run homer from Cliff Almeida, and then a strikeout by Graham White. Brady Paul with the walk, and now Reese File in the box. And there's that breaking ball. Fights it off. Foul, 0-1. Might be a 1-1 count because I think the pitch that was thrown that Brady Paul stole on missed the strike zone. Yep, no. Joey Worley. Trudy Lawrence, thanks for joining again from Pittsburgh, PA. Fly ball, right field. Under it is Seth Healy. And Brady Paul will hold tight at second.
Now batting number 32, Jay Doug.
In for the second time. He singled on a hard hit, ground ball to the in his first at bat. Evan Jenkins on the mound, toeing the slab for the Catamounts. Deals hard hit, backhanded by the third baseman, and Brady Paul goes for the distraction in the base path, but it doesn't pay off. Two runs scored on a home run from Cliff Almeida. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Welcome back to live action here on the Louisburg Sports Network as the Canes take on the Catamounts in the first of a three-game weekend set. First pitch to Lex Westcott, the third baseman. He struck out in the first inning, just mid side of the strike zone. And that cutter, Martone, gets Westcott to chase for a 1-1 count. Draws them even further outside. The fish are biting today. Westcott has gotten himself into a bad count of a 1-2 with no outs as the leadoff batter. He struck out in his first at-bat. Martone psychs him out again. Drop third strike is going to get tagged right in front. 2 strikeouts for Lex Westcott as we start the top of the third inning. That is the fourth for Martone on the day. John, he's the shortstop. Foul ball on the first offering from the right-handed sophomore. Mallow thinks about that one as it ditches away. Hard hit up the middle. Graham White not going to be able to get to that one. Mallow put a solid barrel. Definitely a quality club coming out of Kaiser, West Virginia. Storied, multi-year World Series appearances in the early 2000s. Definitely a club to respect. New count now on Ryan Conrad. He was hit by the pitch. Very nice miss on the initial offering. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, and a runner on first. Joey Worley liked that one, and the count now should be even. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 out and a runner on. Pickoff, not in time, but a well-executed move from Martone. Martone really hurls that one in for a called strike. 1-2 in his favor. Again in the fall, 15 innings with a 1.20 ERA by the sophomore out of Apex Friendship High School. And the 1-2, the runner goes, a breaking ball. Almedo throws down on the opposite side, won't be in time. Kelly Culp with the safe call. Maybe if that throw were on the other side, even a bounce, if you will, off the turf, coming into second, could have had a chance for Graham White to make the tag. 1 out and a runner on second. The count now. Almedo goes to first, but Kelly Culp is on the left side of the infield. Full count now on the DH. The 3-2. Swung on, grounded softly to third. Bit of an obstruction if there was such a call, as John Mallow gets megged by the ground ball headed toward Reese File. And Ryan Conrad, I don't know if that's an error necessarily for the Canes. I mean, you got a runner who crosses right through the path of the ball. Lucky he didn't get hit by it, but it definitely became a bit of a visual obstruction for the shortstop to field the ball cleanly. First and third, 1 out. Peyton Blue, he singled in his first at-bat. He is the first baseman. And Martone cuffs him up on an inside pitch. Powhatan Point, Ohio is where Peyton Blue hails from. I think he's one of two on the team. The 0-1 count. Swing and a miss from the big first baseman. Martone did not hold back on that one. A cutting fastball. Tunneled in nicely and then just faded away as the barrel missed it. The 0-2 count. Little knee music for Blue. Martone testing the extra large first baseman's mobility and agility. The 1-2. One bounce to second. And a double play? No. Kelly Culp says the big Peyton Blue reaches first before the throw could be made. Maybe a little selfishness on Reese Files' behalf. If he had flipped it quickly over to Graham White, they could have turned it around a lot quicker than taking it himself. So a run scores on an attempted double play by the shortstop. So a fielder's choice gets the runner at second. And a third run scores. Jackson Drennan, the second baseman, he went opposite field home run in his first at bat, excuse me. Bit of a cutting fastball. He reached out, poked it over that right field fence. Martone answers back, evens up the count. The 1-1 is fouled out of play. Martone with 15 strikeouts on 15 innings in the fall ball series. Faced 59 batters through 209 pitches across 15. 2-2 count with 2 out and a runner on first. And the cutter just misses a bit wide to fill up the count. The payoff pitch. Swung on, hit up the middle. File knew he couldn't get to it. And Drennan with a single. Sixth hit in 2 2/3 of an inning. Seth Healy grounded out to short in the second inning. First and second, 2 outs. Swing and a miss by the right fielder. Taking a long time, and the pitch gets Healy to chase on a 0-1, brings it up to 0-2. Runner on second with 2 outs. And the 0-2 pitch. Blocks it and keeps it in front of him. Peyton Blue, the big first baseman, thinks twice about it. Almedo recovers it as he blocks it out front. The 1-2. Goes back to the cutter, tries to get Healy to chase it for the 3rd time. And the count now doubled up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. 1 run had scored earlier on an attempted second double play. The 2-2. Martone and Healy now in a bit of a battle of wills on the 2-2 count with 2 outs and a runner on second. Infield playing depth and outfield playing true. The 2-2. Breaking ball that drops out a little too early, but Almedo keeps it in front of him. The count now full with 2 outs. And he misses him just inside for the second walk. Bases loaded with 2 outs, and that's going to draw the interest of Coach Shane Bogley, the pitching coach and assistant coach. So a little bit of strategizing by the Hurricanes staff and infield as we about to see Callan Miller. He doubled. He is the catcher, and he doubled in his first at bat. An 0-2 count that went all the way to full and ended up in a walk. Miller out of Somerset, PA. Checks in at 245. Not a lightweight. Martone seems to be yanking his glove side and spiking the pitch, trying to get a lot of velocity to the oversized catcher. Needs to find that first inning rhythm. It was very electric. There it is, 1-1. 2 outs. Bags are full. Catamounts inched ahead by 1 earlier in the inning. Check swing. Joey Worley says he went. And the count now in the favor of the pitcher, Martone, 1-2. 100 folks following along. Let us know where you're watching from. The 1-2, swing and a miss, drop third strike. Or not. Three left on as we go to the middle of the third on the Louisburg Sports Network. Connor Wright stepping in for the second time. He drew a walk in his first at-bat. Popped up right side. Catcher and first baseman going to contend for it. And Peyton Blue probably had the best chance at it, but he gave up as Callan Miller was in the vicinity. Those two young men are not small. I'm just going to tell you, it may not be evident here, but each of them checking in probably north of 220 pounds. Looking like football players. I'm sure that'll serve them well as they move on to four-year schools. Jenkins finally gets that big breaking ball to hit the strike zone, and Connor Wright holds off. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the leadoff batter as we start the bottom of the third inning. Popped up left side. Calling it is the shortstop, John Mallow. He had a little bit of trouble, but comes up with it. In case you were wondering, the weather this afternoon forecasted to get to the mid-60s. Right now we're sitting at around 60 degrees with a little bit of wind. Trees really aren't moving any, but clearly on those last 2 pop-ups there's a little bit of drift occurring. Another pop-up on the right side. Peyton Blue calls for that one as Jackson Drennan gave chase into foul territory from second, just in case his partner in crime on the right side of the infield for the Catamounts had trouble. So an FO6 and an FO3 put 2 outs on the board here quickly in the bottom of the third inning for the Hurricanes as Troy Daniels steps in. He grounded out to third in the first inning to make the third out. And Jenkins now seems to have found his rhythm for the breaking ball as Daniels holds off, expecting it to be out of the strike zone. The 0-1. Sliced foul out of play. Mr. Brian Myers, I'll reference him that way as the father of Coach Bryce Myers, watching from Chesapeake. Thanks, sir, again for tuning in. Look forward to meeting you sometime this season. 0-2. Glove side yanked open a little too early by the right-handed Evan Jenkins, and he casts that one into the opposite batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. And the Catamounts leading by 1 in the bottom of the third. And that big spinner with a lot of horizontal run goes into the opposite batter's box by Evan Jenkins. Jenkins now over 50 pitches. And he is just trying to spin that ball into the strike zone as best as he can. He's only got 1 strikeout. That was Graham Wyke. And again, very uncharacteristic for the second baseman. Drop third strike, and Daniels tagged just as he exits the home plate area. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Giants checking in from Palmetto, Florida, and Kaiser, West Virginia. Thank you both, and to all who've chimed in so far. Been floating at around 100 viewers for this afternoon's game one of a two-game matchup between the Potomac State College Catamounts and the Louisburg College Hurricanes. Here live on the Louisburg Sports Network and from behind the backstop, coming to you via YouTube. Simon Martone back on the bump. Starts off the fourth inning with a called strike to Braden Harris, the left fielder. He drew a walk in his first at-bat in the second inning. Two back-to-back calls in favor of Simon Martone. He's got 5 strikeouts on the day across 3 innings. Pretty characteristic of the right-handed hurler. And that right there as well, he pulled it a little too early. And gave Braden Harris something to think about on the inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled off toward the Hurricanes dugout. The 5-pin channel checking in from Newfoundland, Canada, representing the Maple Leafs. Thanks for joining us. Creedmoor, North Carolina, and Fairport Harbor, Ohio. Appreciate you tuning in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the fastball gets away upstairs. Martone on the bump, Braden Harris in the box, and the full count pitch. Just misses a bit downstairs. Frustrating, I'm sure, for the right-hander. So Harris manages 2 walks in his 2 plate appearances. As we go back to the top of the order with Braden Sloan, the center fielder. He struck out and then made the 3rd out to end the 2nd. Popped up, shallow center field. Brady Paul under it for the fly out on the first pitch to Braden Sloan, pardon me. FO8 in the book with a runner on. Lex Westcott, third baseman. 2 strikeouts. He's contributed 2 out of the 5 that Martone has put up. Smithfield, North Carolina. Thanks for joining. Jody Bailey. Pickoff. Not in time, but executed. Nonetheless, all the same as it would be. Braden Harris with the Superman flop into first, out of frame. The first pitch to Lex Westcott. Called strike down the middle. A little bit of English on it, had him flinch, but nice execution by the right-hander from the mound. I will say that is the first time I've ever seen Martone execute 3 pickoffs on a given runner. Swing and a miss. And a throw down. Almedo follows up with his own attempt. I like the teamwork. Keeping Braden Harris honest at first base with 1 out, and Lex Westcott now with an 0-2 count with 2 strikeouts to his credit on the day. The 0-2 count fans him in the throw down. Not quite good enough, but 1 more strikeout and 3 total for Lex Westcott. That's the 6th on the day for Martone. As John Mallow, the shortstop, steps in. He too struck out in the first, but then managed a base hit and a stolen base in the third. 2 out and a runner on first. Canes trailing by 1 in the top of the 4th inning. Martone closing in on 75 pitches, and the first offering low and away. The shortstop is 1 for 1 on the day with a stolen base. Braden Harris still at first. Martone gets him. And the pickoff at first. Braden Harris flinched. And Simon Martone with his first pickoff of the year. In an unconventional way, Martone takes the Catamounts down 1-2-3 in order. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Great back and forth game here between the Catamounts and the Hurricanes at Frazier Field. The first offering from Evan Jenkins to Gavin Baucom, just missing the strike zone. And home plate umpire Joey Worley is not afraid to let you know a called strike. I do enjoy it and appreciate it because otherwise some umpires just kind of go mute. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hard hit left side, backhanded by the third baseman, Lex Westcott, and a 5-3 is going to take care of the leadoff batter, Gavin Baucom. Of course, another officiator that the Hurricanes are familiar with, Kelly Culp on the infield, making the calls. Both gentlemen known to have fair strike zones and heads-up officiating on the infield. Cliff Almeida looks at a first pitch called strike. He homered for 2 RBIs in his last at-bat. That was in the 2nd inning. Little roller to the right side, and it gets flubbed by Jackson Drennan, trying to receive it kind of casually. So an E4 is going to allow Cliff Almeida to reach first with 1 out. And Graham White going to come up for the second time, looking to redeem himself after he looked at one of those few breaking balls from Evan Jenkins for a called third strike. Tough way to go back to the dugout, especially after Olmedo had homered just in front of him. But these things happen in the world of baseball. You only have to hit the ball 3 out of 10 times to go to the Hall of Fame. Jenkins with the big breaking ball on a first offering to Graham White outside. First error carded to the Catamounts against Jackson Drennan. Jenkins at 67 pitches. Conversely, I think Martone wrapped up at around 75, so he's a bit ahead in the pitch count. Hard hit off the mound, up the middle, and that'll be a base hit for Graham White. Cliff Olmedo reaches second easily and safely. And 2 runners on with 1 out, as the top of the batting order is Brady Paul, the left-handed center fielder. Drew a walk in the second inning, stole a base, and then unfortunately got tagged out in the base path on a fielder's choice by Lex Westcott. He also grounded out 4-3 in the first inning to start the game. And right now we're going to see some mound visit from head coach Doug Little. Had an opportunity before the game to chat with first assistant coach Don Schaefer. He's a longtime co-worker, and there will go Evan Jenkins off the mound with the lead in his favor at the moment, so have to make a note of that in the book. Left with lead, 1 run. And had that opportunity to chat with Don Schaefer, who's kind of giving me some history of the Catamounts and their years of traveling down here to Louisburg, playing against Billy Godwin's teams. And even 4 years ago, when they made the trip down to play against the Hurricanes in the spring of 2022, played a 4-game set on the weekend, 2 games Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. Hurricanes came out in favor 3-1 at the end of the weekend. And again, that was coming out of the COVID years. Sounds like it was probably a pretty exciting March matchup. Game 1, Louisburg took a 3-0 win, followed by a 2-1 win in Game 2 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, again, this is all back in 2022 when these 2 teams last met up. Potomac State inched a 1-run win in Game 1 on Sunday, and then dropped Game 4 to the Hurricanes, 13-4. So, as I mentioned, Don Schaefer was telling me a lot of respect between these 2 organizations, and a lot of similarities in the way that they have existed over the years, over the decades. A lot of support for the Potomac State College Catamounts over the years. A new scoreboard just went up, as well as a new indoor training facility that came in a year or 2 ago, I think he said, Coach Schaefer said. So, and of course, if I sound like I'm giving a lot of praise to the Catamounts, I was pleased to hear Coach Schaefer mention that they've been watching in the prior broadcast and complimented me on the professionalism, which was always nice to hear those types of things. But really a very approachable man, Coach Don Schaefer, and I know that's probably true as well for Coach Doug Little. A couple of veteran coaches that have worked together for more than 25 years, and they have a repertoire to show it. Clearly, they have a quality team right here in the Region 20 NJCAA space. And Brady Paul now finally going to be coming in. First pitch smothered. Wow. Kelly Culp says he was out at first. Amazing play by Jackson Drennan, redeeming himself, smothering the ground ball and getting it over to Peyton Blue at first. 4-3 on a fielder's choice. Makes it 2 outs as Cliff Almeida reaches third and Graham White second. And Reese File had a fly out to right field in his last at-bat, grounded out to the third baseman in the first inning. Brock Whipke is the first relieving pitcher out of Winchester, Virginia, James Wood High School. 6-foot freshman, 180 pounds. And this is only the second game for the Catamounts, so we really have no stats to go on. Whipke now with an even count, 1-1 and 2 outs. And the breaking ball drops in on Reese File. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners second and third. Canes trailing by 1. And File fights off the grunt of Brock Whipke. One game played against Garrett College, and Whipke was not in that. Gavin Bennett, Gabe Jansen, and Evan Jenkins all made appearances. Ground ball out of play. Coach Bryce Myers with the cool hands in the coach's box on the third baseline. Comes up with that one, gets it back to Whipke. File looking to make something happen for the first time today. 2 out and 2 on, runners in scoring position. The 1-2 count. Whipke spins it a little bit high. So Jenkins departing, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts for the day. The 2-2 from Whipke. Check swing, strikes him out. Two left on, no runners scored. One hit, 1 error. As we go to the top of the 5th here on the Louisburg Sports Network. Simon Martone back on the bump for the 5th inning. Just under 75 at 74 recorded pitches. Six strikeouts across 4 innings. Has faced 19 batters from the Catamounts so far this afternoon. Starting off with John Mallow, the shortstop. He was at the plate, draws the bunt down the left field line. Jace Dunn flips it to Martone, and not in time, but a well-executed glove flip from Jace Dunn to Martone as he was splitting to cover the bag, but not quick enough as John Mallow beats out the run. That'll be an infield single for the shortstop. Left-handed batter played that drag bunt very, very well. Ryan Conrad now. The DH, he was hit by a pitch in the first and then reached first on a fielder's choice in the third. Something for Mallow to keep in mind was Braden Harris eventually got picked off at first to end the inning in the last inning. I want to say that was 4 attempts from Martone until he finally got him. Conrad at the plate with a 1-0 count. Martone deals a foul tip off the barrel of Ryan Conrad, evens up the count at 1-1. McMention, West Virginia, Keyser, and Northbrook, Illinois. Thank you all for joining and watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. The 1-1 to the liking of Joey Worley behind the plate, as today's umpire on the right side of your screen right there is Kelly Culp. He's our field officiator. They'll be switching roles for game 2 of this doubleheader. Martone getting very comfortable in his sophomore year with the pickoff moves to second. Clearly has a high degree of confidence in Jace Dunn as his first baseman. The 1-2. Fouled off on the left side. Doesn't quite reach the dugout of the Catamounts before it stops on the foul ground turf. Beautiful Bermuda grass is overlaid with seasonal rye right now. So you can see some of those shading, yellow shading areas along the shallow infield. That's just where that rye doesn't want to take hold. But believe you me, by midsummer, this field is just a bright green. The 1-2. And inside again to Ryan Conrad as he chases that one and fouls it off as well. And Martone and Conrad going head-to-head right now on a 1-2 count. That's the third foul ball for Conrad. Martone wins it. Seven on the day. Goes the 21st batter. Peyton Blue, the first baseman, singled in both at-bats so far. And again, a ground ball. One hop, flip to first, over to second. And the throw a little bit wide from Graham Wyke, but a great effort by the middle infield to try to turn 2. Fielder's choice gets the runner, John Mallow, at second. So Blue reaches on a fielder's choice. And that makes way for Jackson Drennan, a homer and a single so far on the day for the second baseman. A little bit of an oopsies on defense for Drennan, but he redeemed himself with a really nice play. And the first offering from Martone just misses a touch. 2 outs and a runner on first. There is an arm warming up in the bullpen. Another right-handed sophomore. And Martone kind of freezes Drennan on that inside-out breaking ball. He's closing in on 85 pitches. That's pretty good this early in the season. The 1-1. Same pitch, but a little too much inside as Drennan holds tight on that one. Kind of testing the strike zone of Joey Worley. 2 out and a runner on first. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jackson Drennan. The 2-1. Gets him thinking. A very active check swing by the second baseman. And the count now in favor of the batter, 3-1. Martone finds the strike zone there to even it up. 2 out, runner on first. Catamounts leading by 1 as we're in the top of the 5th inning. The payoff pitch, and he loses him inside. You know, you roll the dice, and sometimes they come up snake eyes. Fifth batter of the inning, Seth Healy, grounded out to the shortstop, Reese File, and then proceeded to draw a walk in the third. Now we're going to see a mound visit from Coach Bryce Myers. Martone, I'm sure, doesn't want to give up that ball on his second start and third appearance. He likes to battle and wants to put this to bed. He was able to leave the bases loaded to finish the third inning. So he's no stranger to high-pressure cooker situations. And he clearly is able to convince Coach Myers, says, I got 2 outs. Let me go the distance here. Well, there goes that. Here we go. Martone steps up to toe the slab for likely the last batter of the game as he's closing in on 90 pitches. And a beautifully executed cutter to Seth Healy. The 0-1 lofted into Jace Dunn's glove. What an excellent play to finish the inning. 2 left on. No runs scored. An FO3 takes the Hurricanes back to the dugout. Jace Dunn himself, who just finished off the Catamounts, will be up first, followed by Connor Wright and Peyton Shipman. You're watching Hurricanes Baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. And the first pitch to Jace Dunn, a breaking ball from Brock Whipke. He finished off the fourth inning, bottom of the fourth inning, with a strikeout. He came in with 2 outs and runners on. Jace Dunn now with a 1-1 count. Check swing, swinging bunt to third. Wes Scott over to Blue. Check swing bunt from Jace Dunn puts Connor Wright at the plate as the DH. He walked and then popped out to the shortstop in the shallow outfield grass. Again, Whipke, a freshman without a record for the spring at least. He's out of James Wood High School in Winchester, Virginia. There's that very prominent call from home plate umpire Joey Worley. I don't like it against the Hurricanes, but I still like the mics picking it up. It's the right way to call a game. Connor Wright looks at 2. Now, part of the keys to the game was attacking the count and the zone. And a 1-1 is basically an 0-0 count. You got to swing at a pitch that's in the zone, and he goes down looking. I'm not sure what that was about. And Whipke now with 2 strikeouts on just 3 batters faced. Peyton Shipman now the right fielder. He walked in the first and popped out to the first baseman in the third. Hurricanes looking to get something going here in the middle of the game as we're in the bottom of the 5th inning and the Hurricanes trailing by 1 run. 5 hits to the Catamounts and 3, one of which is a 2-run homer from Cliff Almedo back in the 2nd inning. But right now we're in the bottom of the 5th, and that ball from Peyton Shipman off his bat. He wrapped that around foul, got out in front of it, tried to pull the brakes, and probably for the better because Westcott has been proving a competent third baseman. Whipke goes outside. The count now 1-2, according to the scoreboard in the stadium. And Whipke's fastball rides high over the top of the strike zone. Rich and Casey watching from Wheeling. I'm not sure if that's Wheeling, West Virginia or somewhere else. I'm sure that name repeats across the continental United States. Wilmington, North Carolina checking in. Rosie Leach, or at least that's the screen name. Looks like Bobo from Wilmington. I love some of the nicknames that folks chime in with. It's always a delight, and we really do appreciate your interaction and your patronage overall, just watching the Hurricanes here. Louisburg College in Louisburg, North Carolina, about an hour northeast of Raleigh, North Carolina, if you're not familiar. Catamounts and Hurricanes facing off in game 1. Brock Whipke gets a called strike on a first pitch to Troy Daniels. A moment ago, Peyton Shipman drew another walk on the day. He's down at first with 2 outs. Pickoff not in time. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out, and a runner on first Troy Daniels at the plate. He is the third baseman here in game one, and he swings through a heater that's high and gets himself behind in the count 0-2. Brock Whipke has come in and faced 4 batters. He struck out 2 of them, walked 1, and induced soft contact by another. Pickoff not in time. Peyton Shipman head first under the feet of Peyton Blue. Got Peyton and Peyton over there on first base right now. The first baseman, Peyton Blue, and the base runner, Peyton Shipman. At the plate, Troy Daniels with Callan Miller, sorry. Oh! And the big breaking ball from Whipke. We already played that song, didn't we? Sends Troy Daniels back to the dugout, leaves 1 on as we finish the 5th, and we're headed to 6 here on the Louisburg Sports Network. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. Leighton Babb coming in behind Simon Martone. Try to get our act together here on our graphics. Call out to the production truck and see if they can square things away. There we go. Leighton Babb with 1 game start and 3 appearances, a 1-0 win-loss record with a 5.06 ERA. I believe that was the best in the stat line for the Hurricanes. A 1.47 whip coming out of Hardnett County High School in Lillington, North Carolina. 233 opposing batting average for the sophomore right-hander as his first offering to Callan Miller. Misses on the outside. And he answers back with the called strike. So Martone exits the game north of 80 pitches and cards 7 strikeouts with a couple of walks. Troy Daniels across the field. Sorry, folks. Got to get my act together now. I think Martone gave up 3 walks, 3 runs, and maybe even 7 hits. And Leighton Babb coming out throwing. He has really matured. You make the call. But Babb has really evolved from his freshman year to his sophomore year. I know he put a lot of time in at Octane training in the offseason. And there it goes right there. Sends Callan Miller back to the dugout to find a chair. That is the second strikeout for Miller on the day. His first at bat in the second inning was a double, followed by a strikeout to end the inning in the third. And Now he starts the sixth, rather, with a strikeout. And the first pitch to Braden Harris, the left fielder, just a bit out of the strike zone. Keep in mind, Braden Harris, he's the guy that got picked off by Simon Martone to end the fourth, though he started the inning with a walk. So Martone taking care of business on his own in the fourth inning, sending the Catamounts back in a kind of 1, 2, 3, and back to 1. And right there, Braden Harris now looks at another called strike. The one ball. And I'm sorry, we're up to Braden Sloan. We're at the top of the order with the center fielder. Me blabbing away, I lost track. Looking down at the book, talking stats. I apologize. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And there he puts him down. Excellent job by Leighton Babb coming out of the bullpen, going 1, 2, 3 in order. This is Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Pictures between innings, courtesy of Jeffrey Tillett, an alum of Louisburg College, photographer, aerial videographer, hails from the Capital District of North Carolina, still residing now in Wake County with his family. Beautiful pictures of the campus as well as the field at Louisburg College. Thank you, Jeffrey, for permission to utilize your photography. Hope to have him as a guest here in the booth. Would love to talk to him, hear about his experiences as a student, where his inspiration for the art started off. First pitch, fly ball, deep right field, and that's over the fence. Gavin Balcom out of the yard on the first pitch to tie up the score at 3 apiece. There's that celebratory boom, a little bit out of frame on the right side. 2 home runs now to the credit of the Hurricanes, the first coming from Cliff Almeida in the second, and now the second here in the sixth, and the score is tied. And I'm going to go back to the keys of the game that Coach Myers gave me, talking about attack the zone and attack the count as a hitter. That right there is it. The best pitch you're going to get out of the pitcher is likely to be the first. And if it's there, snap the bat and let it rip. And that's exactly what Gavin Balcom did and put that one deep in the woods in right field. No balls, 2 strikes on the second batter, Cliff Almeida. He is no stranger to the long ball. The 0-2, foul tip off the catcher. It is a glorious day here at Frazier Field, though. Clear skies, 60s. I don't know if we've quite reached 65 or not as it was forecasted. Let's take a look at your Weather Channel forecast, courtesy of the Weather Channel app on my phone. And right now we're 63 and sunny, and it's just gorgeous. Hard ground ball to Westcott at third, across the diamond to Blue, and a 5-3 for the first out after a home run from Gavin Balcom goes Cliff Olmedo. And Graham White now coming in. He is 1 for 1 on the day. A strikeout looking and a single, which he eventually made it to second and then was stranded when Whipke came in with 2 outs, struck out Reese File. That was back in the 4th, but now we're in the 6th, and the score is all tied up for the second baseman. Joey Worley didn't quite like that one as it goes outside, but I'll tell you, for a first game strike zone, which are historically more tight and ungiving, Joey Worley has been calling a great game, keeping it exciting, keeping the pitchers confident, but yet needing to be competitive against the bats and barrels of the opponents. The 2-0. Popped up on the right side in foul territory. Over goes Miller, but Peyton Blue. Boy, I got all names messed up. Peyton Miller calls him off in foul territory and takes it. FO3 for a second out takes us to the top of the order for Brady Paul, the left-hander. He's due on the day, 2 ground outs and a walk. The fastball a little bit too low to start off the count with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th with a tie score, thanks in part to a solo homer from Gavin Balcom to start off the inning. Soft roller to second. Drennan to Blue. So the Hurricanes go almost in order. Well, they go in order after the home run from Balcom, and that'll leave Reese File, Jace Dunn, and Connor Wright due up in the 7th. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Leighton Babb came in behind the starter, Simon Martone, and he sent the Catamounts back to the dugout in order with 3 strikeouts. Callan Miller, Braden Harris, and Braden Sloan. Babb looking like the ace reliever out of the bullpen. Got to correct our camera. First pitch, a called strike, and Lex Westcott attempts to call time, but Joey Worley either ignored it or didn't notice it. 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff batter, second in the order, top of the inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not to be repetitive, Westcott has not produced at all today. 3 strikeouts in a row. But I'll tell you, he's been very good off to the right. Kelly Culp out of frame on that shot, that high home wide shot. Said he did not go, so the count now even, 2 apiece. Oh! And Westcott, 4 on the day. This one looking to start it off. That was a tough call. That was a beautiful pitch by Leighton Babb and a difficult pitch to swing at as a batter. I'm not quite sure what to say. I mean, obviously, in favor of the Hurricanes, I'm happy and thrilled, but tough for the batter to compete against that kind of pitch from Leighton Babb. Terrifically executed by the sophomore right-hander. John Mallow now in the box, shortstop, a strikeout and 2 singles, and he fouls that one off out of play. Top of the 7th inning here at Frazier Field with a tie score. A great game by these 2 competitive teams. West Virginia University, Potomac State College on the road visiting here in Louisburg. It's been 4 years since they last met, and if you were watching the game earlier, you heard me talk about their 4-game matchup, 2-2, Saturday and Sunday. Hurricanes came out. Check swing. Joey Worley says he went. And the Hurricanes came out with a 3-1 record after the 4-game weekend set. The 2-2. Fastball rides a bit high from Leighton Babb. Fills up the count with 1 out and nobody on. Corners are playing deep. Middle infield playing in the hole. Looking to protect and give themselves time. Swing and a miss. And Leighton Babb is electric. That is 5 in a row. Absolutely shoving, I think is the phrase the kids like to say, off the mound. Got Jack Merrill and Angel Moreno to my right here in the booth, and can only imagine what they're thinking as I'm babbling away. There's that big breaking ball from Leighton Babb. Misses, but that's the one that took down Lex Westcott. Great crowd here. I wish I had a camera that I could show you. Nearly a packed house, and I'm not exaggerating it. Maybe one of the best attended games this early in the season that I've seen yet. Lawn chairs all along the first base backstop. Just as many on the third base side. And as far as the stadium seats, nice pitch from Leighton Babb to come back on a 2-0 count. Stadium seats are about 2/3, 3/4 full. And then the bleachers off toward the Billy Godwin clubhouse. A little wild pitch there from Babb. Maybe too much spider tack. But really well attended. Still sitting a little bit over 100 viewers right now in YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate your feedback in the live stream, live chat, whatever you want to call it. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Leighton Babb deals, and he gets him with a strike to fill up the count. Ryan Conrad just watched that one. He struck out in the 5th inning. And there they go. 1, 2, 3 again in order. Leighton Babb, 6 strikeouts on the Louisburg Sports Network. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. Reese File stepping into the box. And the first offering from Whipkey flared out of play, I think is the comment that the pros would say. Gives kind of a visual description. And again. 0-2 count now on the leadoff batter to start the bottom of the 7th inning, Reese File. File was the first batter that Whipkey faced when he came in relief, and 3 in a row off to the right side over the Billy Godwin clubhouse. So File is fighting to stay alive. The 0-2. And he gets him. That was a tough pitch, but he protected and went after it. Better to swing and miss than to stare at it getting called out. Jace Dunn now stepping in. He is 1 for 2 on the day. 1 for 3, rather, pardon me. He singled in the first, fielder's choice in the second, and then grounded out to Westcott at third in the 5th. There it is to Westcott again, coming across, and the throw a little high. Blue puts the tag down right in front of the base. So another 5-3 Jace Dunn hits into, and that makes it 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Connor Wright looking to redeem himself. He drew a walk in the first, popped out to short in the 3rd, and then struck out in the 5th. Whipkey's first offering misses. 2 outs, nobody on to the designated hitter, Connor Wright. The 1-0. Boy, that actually looked very close. I'm quite surprised that home plate umpire Joey Worley didn't call that. My vantage point, it kind of looked good. But I'll take it. The 2-0. That one down the middle, no questions asked, and the count now 2-1. Whipkey at 40 pitches. Popped up, shallow center field. Coming in on it is Braden Sloan, and he's going to make the catch. And the Hurricanes go down in order. Due up in the 8th will be Peyton Shipman, Troy Daniels, and Gavin Baucom. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Again, beautiful pictures here, scrolling between innings, courtesy of Jeffrey Tillett, an alum of Louisburg College back in the year of 2000. Came across his work on our website, or on the school's website, and did a little reconnaissance, tracked him down, asked for his permission. He granted it, and I'm thrilled to have these to provide everybody during inning commercial break. Really a much better view than just kind of staring out at the field, but we'll get back to live action here in a second as Leighton Babb has taken the Catamounts down in back-to-back innings, 1, 2, 3, to make it 6 in a row. I don't even know that electric quite describes these past 2 innings for Leighton Babb. the big right-handed first baseman, Peyton Blue. And he shears that one out of play. Jace Dunn gives chase, but will run out of room before it finds the woods behind the batting cages and barn. Wearing number 13 is Peyton Blue, and the Catamounts come in for game one wearing their road gray. And a very close pitch from Leighton Babb. It just gets Blue leaning as he followed that pitch. They got a hold of that one. I don't think there's any question. Peyton Blue puts that one out of the park to take the lead after a tie score. So 2 home runs for each club. No questions asked from the big first baseman, Peyton Blue, on a solo homer to start the 8th inning. Home runs from the Hurricanes from Almedo and Baucom, and home runs from the Catamounts by Drennan and Blue. First pitch to Jackson Drennan, now just a bit outside. But that one indeed makes the strike zone, if you didn't hear it. Back-to-back now, and Babb with the advantage over Drennan. The 1-2, and he just misses high and away. And I mean just. The 2-2 count. Almedo tries to frame that one back in, but the count now full on the second batter of the inning. And that one just misses. A little bit too low, but a well-executed pitch from Leighton Babb. On 8 batters, Babb has struck out 6 and given up 1 hit, 1 run, and a walk. I mean, can't complain about this performance so far from the right-hander. Kind of a self-protective bunt from Seth Healy. And the pitch was up. He still stayed committed to it, and then, you know, really just fighting it off high and inside. The 0-1. Almedo drops it on the transfer. I don't think he would have probably thrown down to first on Jackson Drennan, but I like the effort. He did throw down back on Braden Harris, and eventually Martone picked him off. Here's the bunt. Called strike. I always question in those instances, are you putting up the bunt just to try to distract the pitcher in addition to drawing in the corners on the infield? Because that pitch, I mean, there was no reason. Pull your bat back. The 1-2. Opposite field on the run. Peyton Shipman makes it look easy out in right field. Got a good barrel on it, Healy did. But an FO9 is going to go in the book for the first out. 1 run scored to start off the inning. A solo homer by Peyton Blue. Jackson Drennan picks up a walk. And then Seth Healy right there, fly out to right field. Callan Miller, a double and 2 strikeouts. And there's another pickoff. Jackson Drennan, the second victim from the Catamounts to the Hurricanes' pickoff moves now. Well played. Seems we're getting some glitches, folks. I'm sorry. I don't know what I can do about that. Says I have 0 dropped frames. Let's keep our fingers crossed that the technical gods want to keep us on air live. That one is a no-doubter. I mean, Gavin Baucom out in left field, he just stood there, as I would have too. 2 home runs now given up here in the 8th. Callan Miller, and before that, Peyton Blue. Funny how the baseball gods giveth and then taketh away. Some white jerseys for the Hurricanes running out to the bullpen, but man, I wouldn't give up on Leighton Babb just yet. You don't come out of the bullpen, throw 6 back-to-back, whatever, strikeouts, and then give up 2 home runs and think your day is finished. 45 pitches, though, for Babb. I mean, he certainly is capable of going longer, but who knows? 2 out, nobody on, base is empty. A pickoff and a fly out, or a fly out and then a pickoff. Down the middle for a called strike. Nisi Gardner, thanks for tuning in, ma'am, and appreciate the compliment. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, nobody on. Troy Daniels on the left side playing up on the edge of the grass. Jace Dunn playing a little bit back, as is the middle infield. Kind of giving away the middle right behind the pitcher's mound. And there's a second walk in the inning. Clearly Coach Myers and Coach Bogley trusting in the right-hander. Coming into today and even the first 2 innings, absolutely stellar start to his season. A lot of games, a lot of baseball left. Nice pitch, but a little too high. And keep in mind, this is only his 3rd appearance of the season. Popped up, right side, Jace Dunn going to be out of frame, or is he going to stay in there? Nope, just out of frame, but he catches it in foul territory. A little bit of work for the Hurricanes as they give up 2 runs. 1 left on as we go to the 9th. Oh, I'm sorry, we're in the middle of the 8th. With Shipman, Daniels, and Baucom due up next. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Right fielder Peyton Shipman stepping up to the plate. He's had 2 walks and a fly out in foul territory to the first baseman. Hurricanes looking to gain back a couple of runs that they gave up in the top of the 8th inning. Whipke still toeing the slab as the first reliever behind the starter Evan Jenkins. I don't know if you can hear it, but a little bit of a grunt on that last pitch. First 2 offerings to Peyton Shipman. Not quite in the strike zone, says our home plate umpire, Mr. Joey Worley. Soft fly ball, right center field. Coming across is going to be Braden Sloan with Seth Healy on the right. He calls him off and puts it away. FO9 on the book to start off the bottom of the 8th inning. Troy Daniels now coming in, looking to make something happen after a couple of strikeouts, 3rd and 5th. Grounded to the third baseman, Lex Westcott, in the first. Oops, and I take that back. Number 10 is not Troy Daniels, so we do have a substitution. I think this is Hayden Phones, number 10. I'm flying without a stat sheet as the printer ran out of ink this week. First pitch to Hayden Phones, a called strike. So a pinch hitter likely to be the case. Phones did some nice hitting last week in Martinsville. The 0-2. Outside. Whipke is really trying to whip it. You can hear him grunting. Throwing that hard fastball, putting a lot of horizontal run on it, trying to get the batters to chase. That one a little too far. The 1-2. Bit of a splitter. Just came in and dropped. Unfortunately, it dropped a little too soon, and Hayden Phones, he's a picky hitter. He's not going to swing on that. The 2-2. Flared out of play on the right side. I think that's going to be my new call for the foul ball. Little wordplay here. Everything's rhyming. I appear to have great timing. The 2-2. And again, it seems like when Whipke really reaches back and just lets it rip, he's kind of releasing a little bit early, and the fastball stays up. Full count now with 1 out to Hayden Phones, the pinch hitter for Troy Daniels. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Oh, and Phones unfortunately gets caught looking and leaning toward first. 2 outs now. Brings up Gavin Baucom, the solo homer. I think it's his 2nd of the season. Or 2nd on the season, 2nd of the season. You tell me. Whipke with the cutter finds the strike zone on the first offering to the left fielder, Gavin Baucom. Ooh, that was nice. I think you got to pull the trigger on that one. I do wonder if the batters can kind of read the spin of the ball by the threads and they get a little. Oh, boy. And there go the Hurricanes in order. 1, 2, 3. Shipman, Phones, and Baucom. 2 back-to-back looking Ks in the book for the Hurricanes. Not what you want to do in the bottom of the 8th inning. But Almeida, Wyke, and Paul due up in the 9th for the Hurricanes. 3 up, 3 down as we go to the top of 9 here on the Louisburg Sports Network. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. Westcott in the box. He is not to poke fun, but he's got 4 Ks in the book on the day, and I'm sure that's not characteristic of him. One ball, 2 strikes on the third baseman, Lex Westcott. He's starting off the top of the 9th inning. And he swings and can't seem to get the barrel on the ball at all today. It's just a struggle, I know. Left-handed hitting shortstop, John Mallow. He too has a couple of Ks in the book on the day. First inning in the 7th with a couple singles in the middle of those bookends. I don't know. Maybe Layton just had an off inning there on the 8th, you know? Just maybe a pebble in his shoe. Who knows? Mallow flares that offering out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 9th inning, Catamounts by 2. Yanked foul out of play. Check swing. Gets him. Yeah, I'm going to cough up last inning as just a fluke. That is 8 strikeouts. I'm not talking ground balls, fly balls, double plays. I mean, these are legit strikeouts for Leighton Babb. Ryan Conrad now. Ooh, wasn't that close, everybody. Still at 100 and change. Let me know where you're watching from. I appreciate everybody else who has checked in. Little soft roller in foul territory is going to put a strike on the board and even up the count 1-1 with 2 out, nobody on. You know, I keep letting this music play. And I have no idea. Popped up, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. First 2 batters went down swinging and missing. And we're now looking at Ryan Conrad. He's last 2 at-bats have been strikeouts. And there's an example of one of those high spin rate pitches that so many young pitchers are capable of these days. It's tough to hold on to them as a catcher from what I see. The 2-2. And he gets him looking. 3 up, 3 down again for the 3rd time for Leighton Babb and the Hurricanes. And they'll be coming up to bat to try to walk it off with Almeida, Wyke, and Paul. In the bottom of the ninth, here on the Louisburg Sports Network, you're watching Hurricanes baseball. Brock Whipkey back on the bump for the Catamounts. First and so far only reliever for the Catamounts in game one. About a 6-hour drive for the Potomac State College baseball team. I believe they came down yesterday, stayed over. So they'll have 2 nights in a hotel, maybe 3, Friday, Saturday, and I don't know. We'll see if we hear anything about them making their way home after tomorrow's noon game. Inside on Cliff Almeida. He's a danger. He homered back in the second inning. Got to play him honest. Just foul. Looked fair going over third base, if you ask me. Coach Myers a little bit out of frame on the left side. He was pointing fair, but home plate umpire Joey Worley says, nope, that was foul. But I'm telling you, it dropped on the outfield grass in foul territory by a few inches. So when it passed third, I would swear it was fair, but I'm kind of at an angle from this vantage point, so I probably shouldn't talk. And the first plunk of the game for the Catamounts sends Cliff Almeida down to first base on a HBP in the book. It was only the second of the game, and first for the Catamount pitchers. Graham Wyke now, he popped out to Peyton Blue, the third baseman, in his last at-bat. Singled before that, but struck out looking in the second. And Whipkey misses high on the first offering to the second baseman, Graham Wyke. Oh, where'd that come from? Whipkey comes back, gets a called strike. Whipkey closing in on 60 pitches. Hard hit, shortstop. Mallow to Blue. Take that back, Mallow-Dren into Blue, and that's a double play. Top of the order, Brady Paul. Kind of golf swings at the first pitch, a breaking ball that just, maybe a splitter that just drops down at the last second. Trying to stay with it as he swings real low. The 0-1. On a rope to right field. That'll go out to Seth Healy, so a single for Brady Paul. Puts a runner on, and now we're on to Reese File. He's looking to get productive on the day. Two out and a runner on first. Whipke on the mound. File in the box. The first pitch, high and inside. File does not flinch. Probably worth letting everybody know right now. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Louisburg College baseball team may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, while the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Louisburg College baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a runner on second. Hurricanes trailing by 2 in the bottom of the 9th. Brock Whipke on the mound as a first and only reliever at this point behind the starter Evan Jenkins. Jenkins left in the 4th with a 1-run lead. He'll pick up the win should Whipke be able to card a 3rd out in this inning. Not that I want that. The 2-1. Fly ball right field. Backing up is Seth Healy. Gets to the track and he catches it. So for game 1, the Catamounts take the win by 2 runs. As mentioned, Whipke will finish off, leaving the win to Evan Jenkins as he had the lead, I think, but then the score got tied, so maybe the fact that it went tie and then came back, maybe he gets a save. I'm not really sure. Pitchers for the Hurricanes, Simon Martone and Leighton Babb, with a lot of strikeouts between the two of them, but Leighton Babb with 9 total. Martone picks up 7 strikeouts of his own. You'd think all of that would be enough to put a win in the book, but not enough when a couple of homers, 3 actually, for the Catamounts give them the advantage after 9 innings. This is a doubleheader, though, folks. You'll find the link in the show notes or even just on our YouTube page. If you're available to stay tuned, click on that link in about a half hour or so. They'll spruce up the field. We'll take some bio breaks and we'll be back at it. But to wrap it up officially, the executive producer for Louisburg Sports Network is Dr. Gary Brown, the co-producer Jason Raznick, and today's telecast then directed by yours truly, Bill Martone. Coach Myers and Bogley and the entire production crew of the Louisburg Sports Network saying thank you for watching Hurricanes baseball. Have a blessed afternoon if you don't come back for Game 2.